In this video, I'm making 8 medium-sized mantou. The ingredients are 3 cups flour, 1.5 cup of water, and 6 teaspoons of dry yeast. So the first stage, we just need flour and water. The yeast will be added later. There are 2 methods to complete the process of kneading here. The first one is you just knead the dough consistently for 10 to 15 minutes. Then you get a smooth surface dough. The second method is what I'm showing here, because I don't have the strength to do that 10-15 minutes of kneading. I basically knead the dough for 2 or 3 minutes and stop. Let the dough rest and relax for 10 minutes, and then come back to it, knead for another 2 or 3 minutes, and let it rest. So the whole process probably will take 3 rounds, kneading and resting. Then you will get same results with a really smooth surface dough. I do 2 or 3 minutes of kneading in each round, because after 2 or 3 minutes, you notice the resistance of the dough, because the gluten inside dough start to work, and then it's getting more and more difficult to knead. When you feel that it's too difficult to knead, you just stop and let it rest. At the end of the second round of kneading, you notice the surface of the dough is still not smooth. You see those bumpy spots there. That means the dough is not ready enough. So another 2 or 3 minutes of kneading, and then rest. After 3 rounds of kneading and resting, this time you don't need that much. You notice that the surface of dough is pretty much very smooth now. So that means it's ready. And now we need to let it rest for about 30 minutes, a little bit longer. Then we'll get to the next step to apply yeast to it. So after 30 minutes, the dough has relaxed enough and it is easy to stretch. Now we can apply yeast to it. So the steps is we just roll the dough into really thin flat piece. You want it as thin as possible. And then you add water in your 6 teaspoons of dry yeast to dissolve it. And then just brush the yeast evenly on the dough. Once the yeast has been added, you let the dough set for another 10 minutes. And then when you come back to it, you give it the dough final good kneading for about 5 minutes. So to make sure the yeast is evenly mixed into the dough. And then you cut the piece to check if it's too sticky or not. You don't want it to be too sticky. And then once that's done, you just wrap it up and leave the dough in the fridge, rest for another 10 minutes. Now you want to put it in the fridge because the yeast is working. You don't want it to rise too fast. Now it's coming to the final steps. You can probably cut the dough into 8 small pieces and knead each one of those into those round mantle. What I'm doing here is I'm doing rolling and folding process. Doing this probably 4 or 5 times just to squeeze the extra air out of the dough so you have an evenly structured dough. You just need to brush a little bit of water on the surface and roll it up. Then you can cut into pieces. After sitting for 1.5 hours, the doughs have risen to 2 times of their original size. Then you can start steaming. It takes about 20 minutes after the water starts boiling, and then you are done.